we've known for some time that these clones aren't really out for self-preservation. And especially now that we're seeing a room full of bodies, it's not really going to be put to the test because we've already seen her reaction. Ah, yep, got to clean that. Biddy Biddy herself going out and finding clones, sisters, whatever you want to call them. Hopefully she doesn't actually get mistaken. Otherwise that experiment is going to go down in flames. Kind of metaphorically. Also not. Let's see. Now, not only is she coming face to face with a doppelganger, a remnant of her own DNA, clone, but she's also got better accessories. I mean, look at those goggles. Not the immediate first response I was expecting. Do you think something got switched there when they were implanting the next teaching schedule? Because, you know, having the mind of an infant getting forcibly grown up through the connection through the network, I'm surprised any of them have turned out well in the first place. And I am horrifically excited to see what the future actually holds for this storyline, and if Accelerator, if we see a bit more of what he was forced to do. Well, forced might be the wrong word. I think you're overthinking it. There's actually a cat. That was overheating. She's out there helping everyone. I remember the cats don't like the electric field. How can you not care about the cat stuck in the tree? Look what you've done. Kinda. Not necessarily, but... And she called her sister. How heartless. And while you're considering that, what happens if it falls now? You know, cats generally probably wouldn't want you reaching up trying to grab it. Screw the original, we need to save the cat. Safe Maybe they should have installed a little bit of shame. So, level of education that have been instilled hasn't... Hasn't taught what a kitten is. Bye. Don't I remember one of the other sisters being able to hold a cat? Yep, just... Isn't it better to get straight to the point, being plain? I'm sure that's very useful, but... Yep. So maybe if she comes up with some code word to respond to that pass. Not really. She doesn't have any base instincts of not to get hurt. You just have to keep an eye. Is it a manufacturer if it's a clone? Guess they're just getting into distinctions there. And those shadows on the balconies looked weird. And someone that shares your face is quite clearly different in personality. Is that better? Butterfly. So far what we've known is that it's mass production in order to develop a level 6. I don't think they had plans to replace her, per se. Five or 10. It's a palindrome. At least in, Japanese pronunciation. Ice cream. No matter how much you dislike them right now, still related. I want the mint one. Don't eat the paper as well. And how many people does this ice cream man just roll up on and give out free ice cream to? He must enjoy his job. So can you please pay for those ice creams actually? She's not going to be standing there anymore, is she? What happened there? Not very good at, well, actually, a perfect poker face. It's her words that give it away. There are various grades of tea and how it's prepared. Now that kind of explains the ending. Having a tea party. I'm glad she enjoyed it. I mean, we know what happens if she was to actually follow her. Especially if there are other sisters out there. Does she like the frog badge? Ah, there are some differences after all. I guess having a better version of a mirror would be one use of a clone. That's her badge now. A fight for the centuries. And not at all because she enjoys the badge. There's no way of returning ownership now, is there? What? It's almost as if she's expecting something. Considering we know what, well, I assume we know what this experiment culminates in. That goodbye held a lot more than like a generic parting. Okay. How many drop-off points do they have? Level 6. How many drop-off points do they have around the city? Like that, just for the experiments. I don't like that pen. But after kind of the heavy subject of the clone and now the experiment, getting to them just doing homework. Her memory is pretty good. Are the coordinates or something? You hit a roadblock. Didn't even wait to hear the rest of the story. Just put it out of your mind for now. Continue with your homework. It's safer. Oh no. She's actually reading the contents of this experiment. And the problem is now there's... I think we know how this ends. There is no good way out of this. But using darkness to her advantage, it would be good if her visor wasn't glowing bright green. And once it gets to dispatch, the problem is with Accelerator's abilities, is there any possible way for them to actually inflict some modicum of damage? Shit. Repurposing an old experiment. Yeah, don't want to waste your money. And knowing the number of clones that we get to. She has an experiment to participate in. And when we met up with the sisters and Toma jumping in and punching Accelerator in the face in one of the previous episodes we've watched quite a while ago now, she was quite desperate and upset about saving the sisters, so... So we can see that leaving the badge behind and actually getting somewhat, I guess, attached to this sister. Denial is one hell of a thing, isn't it? Especially when you didn't see that under your feet while you were taking a breath. That brought down the reality of the situation crashing down upon her. Has anyone been able to correctly grasp Accelerator's power? Was it vector change or something as the name of his powers? It's a good thinking. Not sure it's correct, but it's a good thinking. Is that a camera or a landmine? And maybe don't give away your plan by saying this out loud. And why did it have to beep? Can't you have a silent one? It's almost like they're wanting these fights to fail. I will say I did like how it didn't prolong it, it just showed him walking through the smoke immediately. Wait, shit. Holy hell. But she's not giving up that easily, and you got to get that badge back. But what kind of physical strength do you have to be able to rip a leg off like that? I mean, it's already like pretty too late to get there. The fact that that badge means even more now. At least it seemed quick. Well, you know, other than the fighting and running and everything up to this point. And now she has joined the fray, and the good thing is there's a shift between level 2 and level 5, but at the same point, she's gone through this a lot. Good music to go along there with the end of it, though. And you can see definitely now why she was so desperate for help before. About stopping this project. It's like any other story that we've seen so far. Enjoying a nice day out, being able to live like a normal person, playing with a cat, eating ice cream, getting a present. It's better than, I guess, any of the others have experienced so far. And also with the whole previous episode, oh, should we give them a bit of shame? I think I agree with the other researcher now. Yeah, no, you don't want to give them more emotions. Actually having them understand, have a bit of like, you know, contemplate their situation more. That would be cruel. Yeah, crueler. Also, I don't quite get the need to make Accelerator level 6. Because, you've seen his personality anyway. You're now training him in combat to effectively kill off thousands. Does this seem like a controllable asset to you? But I'm pretty sure that is the same cat, so it goes on to be part of another story. One that hopefully won't end up in the train yard. And it's really difficult to kind of accept Accelerator's role in this. Mainly because we've seen how he acts and, oh no, he's trying to play the bad guy so that he can convince himself to get through it. But he also seems like he's actually having fun. And with Misaka now only coming to that realization too late and failing to be able to do anything. She's already not the most stable, mentally. With the discovering of clones and how she was acting last episode, this can spiral her down a different path. If she can get out of this confrontation with Accelerator. I wonder if it's because it's not part of the experiment that he's just going to be like, nah. Also, setting a time and place for the experiment so the Accelerator knows where to go, fair enough. But not giving it a boundary and having that clone run away across the city, I'm guessing, at least a little bit. What if anyone else was just walking about and happens to see this go on? But that's, I guess, Railgun for now. We can hope for a tea party. It's not going to feel quite the same anymore. If you enjoyed, might be the wrong word. If this episode made you think, let me know down below. Leave a like and a comment. You may want to join me for more. Ending here would be a travesty. Subscribe to the channel if that's the case. Let me know just how many of you like it. It's actually shocking, really. Get some rest. See you in the next one. We all really want to be remembered, so if you want to be more than just a number, your name could be here as well. Because by now, there's no way I could forget any of them. So I only need to thank Sal, Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Jennifer Rojas, Girly, 1234W, Kite, Saltytron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow 7899, Maurizio Lascano, and everyone else. Even if you do decide to eat my mint ice cream.